Hi guys, this is Pestillion. Welcome to another Escape From Tarkov video. Today I'm talking about everything to expect in the next major patch for Escape From Tarkov. Everything I know, everything that's like written down in questions and interviews and everything. So without further ado, let's crack straight into it. Righto, so first up, let's talk about when we're going to see this next patch. Now it's currently on date of filming, it's the 12th of December. And I wouldn't imagine that the patch would be this week at this stage because we would have heard something by now. Seen a pre-wipe event. So my assumption is that the patch would be at the earliest next week. So that would put it as early as the 20th, maybe the 19th, or probably later on towards the 22nd. If not, then it would probably be end of the month. But Nikita did say multiple times that they're trying to get it out for December. So there's only a few more weeks left. So it could even be another Christmas Eve wipe.
This isn't the biggest bag over the head punch in the face I ever got. God damn it!
I'll leave that there. So what are we going to see in the next major patch? Now, let's assume it's going to be patch 13.13. And that's what they've been always labeled the patch for the Streets of Tarkov map. The first iteration is going to be coming out. The original plan is to have this giant, massive map that's going to be insanely huge, in-depth and immersive. And they've decided to do it in a bit of like iterations or stage developments. So the first one that will be coming out is still going to be quite large, but it's not going to have all the features involved. But what we will see is a very immersive map, lots of new stuff that we haven't seen before in Escape From Tarkov, besides potentially in some trailers. But as the current build that we play, there's going to be a lot of like images and decals and all the stuff around the map that you wouldn't have seen before. As of the current stage, we do believe, and Nikita has said, that there aren't going to be any new kinds of extractions on this map. It's going to be just the standard types of extracts. You're not going to get that BTR extract or one of the other kind of methods that have been, leaked or seen in trailers and stuff like that. At this stage, you will just have the normal extracts. I do believe you should be able to go straight into the map once the patch is live. So you'll be able to start exploring it. I'll be putting out plenty of guides and my experiences on that map, so you can keep an eye out for that. Next up, we have the new Scav boss that's going to be on Zarachi. And he's the Scav boss for Lighthouse. Now, what I do know about him, from the images we've seen, he will probably carry a thermal AXMC, which is a 338 bolt action rifle. And the objective of him is to shoot people in the limbs before killing him. He's kind of like a maimer. So if you start getting shot out in the legs by a 338, there's a very good chance that it's him, and he's on the map Lighthouse. So keep an eye out for him. We don't really know a lot about him besides all the images and all the little spoilers from videos, like the Rizzy series that just concluded, but hopefully we'll know a lot more about him once the patch hits. Now, during my interview with Nikita a couple weeks back, he did talk about the new PvE co-op mode features that will be available. That means you'll be able to go into games and potentially be able to respawn people or do all this extra stuff. We don't actually know much about it, but there's going to be a lot of fun stuff to be able to do in the new PvE co-op mode and the offline mode. So I still believe that you're going to need EOD to get access to that one. Another one of those perks of paying that little bit extra money or a lot extra money. But if you are, in the realm of wanting to do certain types of events, hopefully they'll give stuff like respawn options, even hopefully fly mode. That would be great for filming, but something to keep an eye out for. Now, as for the expansion to the Hideout, what we do know is there will be the gym added. We've seen teasers about a gym and the ability to level up skills in your Hideout, not when you're in a raid. But we don't know about much of the other stuff. He did talk about having skill books that you could learn in his Q&A with the podcast. It featured the four females, but he didn't actually say that it was going to be in the next patch. He just said in the story mode, they want to have the ability to learn skills and craft stuff from books. Fingers crossed it is in the new patch, but I actually don't think it's going to be in there just from how I read the transcribe. But you never know. You might be able to get cool skills of crafting something you don't know how to craft from a skill book. Now, there's going to be a heap of changes to the skills system, an overhaul of current skills that are in the game, add new abilities to skills that are in the game, and of course add even new skills to the game. So not exactly sure which ones are what and what's ones and which. So we'll just have to keep an eye out. But next time you're doing something in the game and you're seeing an extra perk happen, that's probably because they added a new thing to one of the skills. As for new guns, we have a leak literally as I was about to record this video. Nikita leaked the AUG, the Steyr. So the Steyr looks like it's going to be definitely in the next patch. I asked him during my interview, he kind of goes, maybe. From the image he just showed, it was actually in like the modding screen of the style. So it looks like you'll be able to get that. And he also did confirm the underbarrel grenade launcher. I do believe there's probably going to be a fair few other guns. It's one of the things BSG love to do. They're gun nuts. They love playing with guns and all that stuff. So there should be extra ones in there. If you're a big gun nut and you love guns, I actually have a video that's going to be launched sometime in the next week where I literally shoot pretty much every single gun in Escape from Tarkov in real life. You actually see the real life gun and then the Tarkov gun and literally copy exactly what I do. And it's actually a pretty cool video. I think I end up shooting like 40 or 50 different guns. Anyway, moving along. Things that might be in but aren't confirmed. I do believe these are things that Nikita want to have in it. When I was doing my interview, I couldn't see any extra information to say that they're being confirmed and being in there. First up, one of the things that I'm probably more excited for is the new grouping system. So when you go to load into a raid, instead of it just being, you know, like you go into the lobby and then you got to wait for your friend to get in there and he's got to show up and then you click invite and then he accepts it and then you can finally click ready. When you're both in your inventory and in your stashes, you should be able to invite someone into your group from there. So that is one of the things that we're definitely working on. Nikita said he was hoping to get it into the next patch and fingers crossed it's there. The next one I've got as a maybe in. I didn't really get a clear indication from Nikita during my interview. I even went back and rewatched it. And then also people have been questioning him and they're talking after my interview and the QAs and stuff. I don't actually believe that the new in-game trader is ready, but it could be. I've kind of got it as a 50-50. So potentially you'll be able to go into Lighthouse. There'll be a special dialogue system of special animations and stuff, and you will require special access to get to him. So fingers crossed he's in there, but I'm not 100% sure if he will be. I'm actually leaning to the no. If that was one of the things that were holding him back from posting the patch, I think that would scrap that. I don't know. I'm just assuming and guessing. Next up, labs access. Now, during the Q&A with the girls, I couldn't actually see it. I didn't completely understand if it was referencing this patch or in future patches, but it's potential that you won't be able to just go into labs directly from the menu anymore. You will need to get access via going into one of the other maps, being either streets or potentially factory. However, if you go to the main menu screen and labs is still there, then I would say that keycards are still in play and you'll be able to access going to labs like normal. If they load up the game and labs is no longer on that menu, then I would assume that you now need to go through streets or one of the other maps. As for what we definitely will not see in the next patch. So as for streets, I'll just go over the things that I know are not going to be in there, even though it's the first iteration. By the looks of it, there definitely will not be the BTR that we've seen in one of the trailers. You won't be able to use it as a taxi. You won't be able to mount it and shoot the guns. You won't be able to send it on missions. All things that will be coming later on in streets. But at the first iteration, I don't believe any of those things will be there. None of the bosses. There's meant to be a boss in the car sale yard. I don't believe that one will be in there. I can't find any information anywhere saying that they're confirmed. Breakable wall objects. So what I mean by that is in one of the trailers, you could see one of the walls getting broken. And you might be able to use certain charges or grenades or grenade launchers to break them. None of those are going to be available straight away in the first iteration from what I understand. And also there was a question in the Q&A about snipers being on the rooftops and stuff like that, or access to the rooftops. None of that will be in there. All those should be in there later on. Maybe not the access to the rooftops, but the sniper bots and that, or any other stuff I just said, probably will not be in the next patch. There definitely will not be arena in the next patch. It's going to go into early test service before it's going to go into the mainstream patches anyway. So once, you know, we start hearing rumor that people are doing it on the ETS, that's when you'll probably get to start seeing it come out into the major patches. So yeah, no chance of that right now. And also the main story mode will not be in the patch at all. So that one will also be coming out in 1.0, whenever that is. Maybe next year, maybe the year after, maybe Russia 2028 will have that. I don't know, but it's not out in the next patch. So don't expect to see the 100 quest long storyline with cinematics and all that stuff. Now, if you are enjoying my content, make sure you do like and comment for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe. I'll be pumping out plenty of YouTube videos for the new patch, a lot of highlights and some run-throughs of the game showing the new streets map. And keep an eye out for that IRL Tarkov guns video. It was a lot of fun making. A lot of people involved in making that happen. So I appreciate if you guys will keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, get excited for this wipe. Hopefully it's not too far away. I thought I'd do a rundown so you guys can just have the straight and narrow straight and narrow of what's coming up in the next patch. But lastly, guys, I'll see you next time.